Assalamu alaikum. Today in this video, we are going to discuss a particular personality who is very influential on social media, and I think his popularity is very detrimental to the Islamic society and to Muslim apologetics and to Islamic Dawah scene and to anyone who is trying to learn about Islam, who is actively thinking about converting to Islam, who is trying to become a better Muslim. I think if I have to name one person in the English speaking world who is affecting this cause uh, in the worst way possible, uh, that person would be this person that I'm going to mention. His name is Daniel Haqiqatjou. This person recently went on a debate with a Islamic academic or uh, with a female academic who was trying to talk about Islamic education for Muslim women, and I don't think her arguments were rock solid or her arguments were brilliant, but I think she did a good job at trying to explain our worldview and trying to explain that how Muslim women should get education, right? So I have no hesitance or reluctance in saying that Daniel Haqiqatjou is a far better debater uh, than her, but that does not mean that his arguments were also stronger. That just means that he was uh, better in putting out what he was trying to say. But if someone who has an open mind and can if someone can understand what arguments actually are and how do we go about debating, and one can overlook this kind of uh, the style of debating, the stylistic content, and this mocking and shouting, then they would be able to realize that the arguments that were presented by this lady, they were essentially better. So I would not go into detail about the arguments because I think it is fairly uh, self-explanatory. If someone goes in and watch the debate, like Daniel Hakikaju fails to mention what power is, what social mobility is, why does he think that Muslim women should not get education? The problems that he mentioned out in all of the debate, they were mostly about oh, the western kind of education, the western system of education, how it has some kind of social effects or some negative social externalities, and one can agree with it. I don't think there's uh, any specific problem in disagreeing with his social analysis of a particular kind of education system for women. But that does not mean that education in its own essence for women is not something that is desirable. I think that his whole argument based on this idea of social mobility or giving women power. But if you see his debate, he was unable to define what power was in the first place. So I think that this short commentary should suffice for this debate. And if you think I should do a detailed commentary, do say that in the comment below, and I can consider that. But what I'm trying to highlight here today is that the kind of attitude that he uh, expressed against this woman, and I think this attitude should be called out, and we should all be questioning him that if you are trying to portray an image of Islam, what are you doing, man? Why are you mocking someone? Why are you asking someone that, oh, are you married? Like, as if this argument or asking about the marital status of someone would change something or would suddenly make your argument better. And in the whole debate, he had a very condescending tone, and he was mocking her. And even after the debate, if you go on his YouTube channel and see his community posts, you would see that he has shared so many memes on her. And I think that that is not the attitude someone who is representing Islam should have. And it is not just me who is calling him an out, or it is not just the brethren of purity who are saying that this person should not be holding any platform for Muslim Ummah, but even people from his own community or communities similar to him, for example, from the Dawah gang, even they are calling him an out. And recently, Asadullah Andalusi, he posted a video telling why he thinks that the Dawah culture has become toxic, and he was one of the first people to, like, actually start doing it, and a very prominent personality as well. And he specifically also called out Daniel Haqiqatjou for uh, having fanboys who just essentially go on around abusing people, and then they are similar to David Wood fanboys, or Robert Spencer. So I think that we should really rethink our priorities and actually look at who is the kind of person, who are the kind of people that we are following in our Islamic discourse. And I think the very first part of it is realizing what kind of people do we want, what values do we want to promote in our communities. And I think that is a very essential part of self analysis, and uh, just being a good community. So I think, and I encourage all of you to see this person and see the threat that he is to Islamic community, and look at his extremist ideas, and go and look at his YouTube videos and so on. And if you don't find them harmful, or if you don't find them offensive, then tell me. I am 100% sure you would, if you have a functioning mind. And I think that all Muslims should work together to eradicate this kind of really just this kind of nonsense that is spreading through our internet spaces nowadays. I would also attach some videos of him, or some short clips, a compilation that shows what he has been saying and how ridiculous it is. And I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please share it, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comment. Thank you very much. Ma'as-salama wa ma alayna illa al-balagul mubin.
Married? A lot of people are asking in the chat, are you married?
No, not as yet, but very soon.
Do you want to get married?
Obviously, yes.
Are you
About
engaged?
to, actually, I'm getting. No, not as yet. I mean, that's such a personal question. Why would you do that?
You attacked my wife. You attacked my
When did I
wife.
say- when did-
You said you
I
studied
did-
me for a year. Yeah, you
Obviously,
did.
I
You
had
attacked
to. I
Khalid.
can't. I didn't attack her. I didn't.
So-
I attacked her positions,
look,
her ideas.
look,
They're
I'm-
wrong. Actually,
Look,
do you want me to share a video
Listen,
of
no,
her
no, let
talking
me-
about Khadija radiallahu an? And she's very
Listen.
incorrect.
Here, listen. So you're not married. You want to get married soon, but what are you doing for that? I would recommend not giving
Listen.
lectures and giving these kinds of
right.
lessons if
Thank
you're trying
you
to find
so
a
much
husband.
for your.
Well, the
Thank
people
you
who
so
helped
much for your
you should
advice.
ask the people who helped you
Listen,
with
listen,
your
listen.
with
Do you
your
want-
no
do you
no
want-
you gave your whole spiel. Let me talk. Don't interrupt. Okay, you got some people to help you, I assume, and you're in preparing for this debate. Ask them. Maybe they will marry you. Maybe you'll find a good suitor. I'm really not trying to make fun of you. I think it's sad actually that our sisters are not able to find husbands, and they're
Excuse
not
me,
able to
I
get
didn't
married.
say-
But hey, please.
Excuse me, I didn't say
It's
that
because
there
it's not
isn't
because
anyone.
it's not because listen. You said you're not engaged. So the problem
Yeah,
is
but that doesn't
it's
mean-
women's look, you're interrupting me,
That-
please. Stop. Look, you had your talk. Why'd you keep interrupting?
You're not.
Is it
I'm sorry,
embarrassing?
because
Is it embarrassing? Are you
it's not
embarrassed? right now?
embarrassing. No.
Then let me
obviously not.
finish.
I
Let me
embarrassed
finish.
you.
Let me
You're-
finish. Let me finish.
Look at your
Let me
caliber.
finish.
Look at your caliber. I'm sorry.
You need to
Look at your
recognize
caliber.
that
You
it's
couldn't
the
answer
decisions
any one
that
of my
min-
questions.
Look, you are interrupting
You
me.
couldn't answer. No, because
This
you
is-
look
this
at
is
your
so
caliber. You
embarrassing.
couldn't answer. No, you couldn't answer any of my intellectual questions. Now you have nothing to talk about it. You're like, what the hell am I going to tell her? Okay, let's talk about this. That doesn't make sense. Let's be intellectual. Just because I said this doesn't mean that I don't have, or my family doesn't have somebody in mind.
So, I mean, now you can literally not tell the difference between these sort of Muslims and David Wood followers or Apis followers or Robert Spencer fans. The only way you can tell the difference is by looking at their names. That's how bad their behavior has become. Like, and I'm going to be frank with you who it is. I mean, most of the followers of Daniel Haqiqatjou, for example, are of that low-class variety, because that's the type of culture he cultivates. And that's not something I want to be a part of anymore. I've already tried fighting against it, and I really